Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be talking about the second mistake that you should avoid while writing code in React. Okay, let me share my screen, then we'll talk more about that. Okay, so let's create a project from scratch. Okay, and this is something about default values. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that always have default values in your state variables. If you don't use it, what is the problem? I'll show you. Okay. So let me create a, I'll not use AI because AI is there by default in this, okay. I'm not looking into it and I'm typing it because AI gives all this nonsense code C, which you don't want it, right? So I just set a default state variables or state default state values in variables. Okay. Uh, in variables. Okay. Now, okay, so let's decrease the size of this guy. This is my browser, right? Yeah. Now it is perfect. Okay, extend this a little more. Let me bring this guy a little up so that I can see at least. This guy in here and then. Okay, it is not happening properly. Okay, let me write here. Okay, so now what we'll do is that let's have a simple input tag and type equals to text. Okay, on change. So when I write something, let me call a set value. Okay, that's the reason I don't like AI in coding editors. Lot of unnecessary code it gives. Event dot target dot value, but I think we have to use a async function and then inside that what to do. This is correct, right? Not else e. Okay. Now here I'll just create what is the value set value, right? Let me create a value set value equals to use state, and this I will just give value. I'll not give any value. Okay, and this use state will be default state values in variable, right? And I have to write here export constant, and here just write import use state from React. Okay, this is correct. Now you see right here E. Okay, now this is TypeScript, right? And I have to use these default state variables in here. Default state variables. I think this is it. Okay. So now you see. So what I'm having, I'm having these state variables. I'm not given any default value over here, and sometimes we miss that, and then skip. And then I'm having input variable where I am, kind of whenever I type something, the value gets updated, and then I can show the value over here. So this is if you want to have value to be displayed, initial value, if you're passing some value to this component, if you want to deploy, you don't need it basically. Okay. Now what is this? Cannot find name E. Okay, let me write it over here. Now this is TypeScript. So TypeScript will say that argument of type string is not assignable to parameters of type set action undefined. So in TypeScript you see, because it's a TypeScript type of file, this is TSX. In JavaScript you will not find this. In JavaScript, you will have a if it is JSX instead of TSX, if it is JSX you are using, then you will have a different kind of a warning, and that warning will be something like this, that this value will not be assigned to a value. This value will not assign to a variable which is kind of defined, but it will be a very complex warning message. You will see when you are using JSX instead of TSX. So always try to use a default value. When I use a default value, this warning will go away. Here also it will go away. See, in TypeScript you can do it easily because it's strongly typed language, but in JavaScript JSX you will not see this kind of warning message. So the thing is that always use a default value. Even if it is undefined, just use undefined. For undefined, it will give value that we are assigning a kind of a because it is type text. So by default, we are giving um, a string type of value. But if you write here undefined, it will not give any error. I just write here undefined here. See, not give any error because it is expecting undefined value. So I'm giving undefined value. If it is expecting an object, a empty object, and if you're giving undefined, it will give an error. But if you just write an empty object, it will not give any value, any problem. What I'm trying to say is that always add default values to your state variables, because in TypeScript you can catch that error, but in JSX JavaScript, if you're using React with JS, you will not get that error and you get a very fat warning. And mostly people will avoid that warning. Okay, it's a warning, I don't need to do anything about it. But that will create problems later. So always try to define your state variables. Okay. So that's about this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, share with your family and friends, and please add comments on what other topic you want to make me videos on. And this is a series of videos that I'll be making. More than 100 videos will come. So hope you enjoy this video. Thank you very much.